Well, hello everyone, and welcome back on in to Memoriapolis, where we left off with fantastic settlement growing really nicely around these little mountains here. And with the way the factions work now, there are things that we need to change, so I know exactly what I need to get done. I am going to stay paused a second so you can see, but I just want you to have a quick glance over at the resources here. We've got a few things paused, and we've got enough constructors to actually do things. So we've got to try and unlock a wonder at some point, and that will come. We need 67 tiles to upgrade our ancient city centre, and we're looking pretty good across the board on these. Now, we have 684 blueprints, so I'm trying to go through making sure now. So how the game works is you can get in one of the 5 factions. So all 5 factions actually needed to get all the wonders if you want to try and get a higher score. So I have no problems trying to unlock and get things in. And honestly, we've already got production, and we've got one family of commercial as well. So we're doing pretty good along that front. I think I'm going to just go ahead and try to place some of these. We need a bunch of clay for that, but I need to spend my blueprints on certain things. And how you get the wonders is here. So you've got to get your factions up to a certain amount of power to unlock. So you need each faction in, so 6 in total actually, in order to get this. And we've got production faction. What power are they at though? So if we come into our factions tab here, we have the we have the Heliotes. Can't say it properly, but they're it doesn't actually tell you their power in here. Oh, it's there, 27 on the side, and then the merchants are at 5, so we're 13 power away from our first wonder. So in the meantime, I am going to go ahead and try and build the first lot of different things, and Monumentum, to be fair, is probably what I should save for, because that will give us even bigger boosts. So we're going to hit play here and just let the stuff build up. We're going to continue with our trade on where we can as well. We've already done trade there, so what can we do here? We can buy the clay, and we can sell. So we're going to try and manipulate the money where we can. And honestly, I'm going to sell 500 of those. I'm going to sell 300 wood. Oh, we'll try and max out what we can. 200. We'll also gain 497 coins, and we're gaining some clay by selling off a little bit of this. So we'll accept that one, and that should give us enough gold to unlock another trade route here, which is more passive gold. So I'm trying to play the money game here. But before we do that, I am going to pause it, and we are going to go ahead and get in all we need. Actually, I say I was going to get something in. I'm okay. I'm going to keep that clay for our next thing in a moment. I'm not going to do it just yet. We're just trying to build up the numbers a tiny bit. I'm also going to go ahead and demolish this ruin out, so we don't need that. And that frees up a little bit of build space as well. But thank you so much for being here as always, guys. Please do hit the thumbs up for me. It's a massive help as I try and grow. If you love all things historical and city builder, that's what the channel's all about. And thank you for your time. That's all I will say. All right, we have over 1,000 blueprints now. We're going to get the Monumentum. And what that does mean is we can go ahead and build construction of ramparts. Now, this thing, I believe, is military. And we're going to have to start building out here. So you can place anywhere. I just don't want too much arguing. We've got the start of those being mixed in over there anyway. So let's try over here. And I'm going to get it as far over as I can. And we're going to start the first build over here. And we've got safety coming in first. And then we are going to grab belonging. What's our health at? Honestly, I think I want to keep creativity high. I'm not too bothered about the esteem right now because we're not messing with decrees too much. We're going to go for those guys. We'll get that one in, and that will be the start of what we need there. And just bear in mind, when you build them, obviously the faction houses and stuff build around it. And once that's built, we can go ahead and get this. And I also now have enough to improve the ancient city centre. So let's go ahead and get that one in, which again is going to bump these numbers up again as well. Oh, it does tell you. So if you go into the factions tab, just having a look here, the more power they get, it unlocks the stuff along here. So our next one is at power 32, is another building. And then there's the wonder, the Sassi di Matera. And then faction independence at 100 power. So we really want to get in the next factions anyway. We've tried that with the Senatus over here. And we're just trying to get that going. The Monumentum is in, by the way. So very cool. We can open the panel now. And this is how we start building the ramparts. So I believe it is different now. You can choose which districts you kind of want to build around. So if we do that, look, you can start to manipulate how quick their power will go up. Now, it's obviously going to cost resources, but I'm going to try it. What if I do that? Ah, you get like a thingy. Reduce risk of incidents. Decrease the need for health and safety for each inhabitant by 25%. So honestly, if you can get this nice and big, I'm going to keep it as... I almost want to go as big as I can. But yeah, it's great that you can manually do them. That is so good. So I'll try and... We've just got to look at the resource cost, really. Probably not go too crazy, but we'll get the first lot around here. We'll reduce the farms. 720 stone. Let's take one more. 640. There we go. We'll build the first one there. That's going to take 38 cycles to get going, but I think I can now turn on the stone again. And same with that one, so we can start trading a little bit more once again. Awesome. And then as we build, hopefully, we'll get some factions around that one as well. We can build just straight through the forest. All right, we have 566, so we could probably get another cultural building now. And I honestly want to build this up a little bit more. If we can go over here so that a Galma workshop will give us 3 different satisfactions as well. Or the Ergasterian was the 562 clay. But I think I'm going to go with this one. Oh, it's 1,000 actually. Okay, whilst we wait then, we could probably go ahead and get more and try and get these factions in. So we'll get the arena unlocked. And then we'll get a few upgrades going. So, arena, I'm going to go over here. And we're going to have safety. Now we'll grab the esteem, but I'm also thinking we could go creativity. I think that's fine, though. I'm going to try and keep them all up. Let's open trade. You can see we're on 1,200 gold now. So let's go ahead and unlock another one, which will give us passive. And then we'll look to sell. Just because we probably will be able to... Oh, is there anyone we can sell food to? Not so much. I'm going to try and gain a few coins. Not loads. There's 34 there. We'll go with you. And I can sell bricks. 350 coins. There we go. That puts us in good. And then I'll unlock the next one after. Okay, request from a faction. So this is all very new as well, though. The fact that the decrees come from them. The total price of this degree will be reduced by 50%. Theron from Factions Helix would like you to help them extend the influence of their culture. Okay, let's have a look. So it shows you which one. Panem et Circenses. I'm so rubbish at saying all these. City's inhabitants have worked hard over the last few cycles and were prospering as never before. Increase the health satisfaction of every 4 cycles. This will cost 100 coins only and 5 goals per cycle. We can do that for 40. Why not? That's actually a good shout. That'll increase that further. Now, obviously, us raising and settling decrees is going to get harder as the new factions come in as well, so we do need to keep that in mind. I'm fairly certain we're going to end up getting a new one over in that district soon. I think I can turn on my buildings again. We have, well, 3 workers, so I can't quite do any more. And there it is. The arena as well. Again, you can mix them over, but I don't want them taking over, and it's going to be a little bit easier to manage us having it separate, so we're thinking for the future. It's going to take a little while for the houses to kind of build that way, but... Okay, we have another 500 blueprints, so let's check in on the production tab here. And let's see if we can speed one up. I'm going to go for the basics first. So, cutting camp 3, we want to get up to these with the warehouse there so we can start stocking it, but actually, you need gold. And on that one, we need iron. Something we'll be able to buy in, but that's for, like, next phase. I guess we can continue on with the cultural then. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the Asclepium. Asclepium. Oh, I'm so useless. We just need a few workers to get this one done. Our walls are about to finish as well. I call them walls. They are ramparts, but there they are going out through the settlement there. And I will get some more once we got some more stone in again. We're just thinking how I can influence. It's a bit annoying that I can't get in here because of the farms, actually. That would be perfect for them. I wonder if I go about it this way. Get rid of these guys. And then we should have our space for this. I'm hoping I can fit this. Come on, man. You can do it. Yes. Right, that's those 3. So we're going to go for the religious buildings in here. So belonging, house health. Honestly, they're all looking pretty good. Belonging's going to go up. I think esteem is the one we go for. So we'll get that one in as well. And we can start producing or hopefully getting in the faction for religion as well over this end. We won't give them a lot of room to grow. I've just noticed, look, there is a little district coming off the side. So if you click this one here, the arena, It has started creating a little district around it. Number of citizens, 1 in each. So actually, if you place them away, it never used to do that. You'd have to wait till it builds towards it, but now it seems to be doing it quite well. And here we go. First religious one coming in. Followers of Isis. Well, that's is at the gates of your city. That's not so we talk about at the moment. Amenhotep has crossed many landscapes to settle in your land. His faction, the followers of Isis, come to share the teachings of their goddess and assert that she can protect life after death. Their initiations and rituals can be observed by all your citizens. We'll allow them. The trust level's at 60 as soon as they get in because we've got a Radiance trust bonus. And I'm going to... Well, we've got to wait for some more workers. I don't know if I want to spend the workers on getting these in. But the attraction is good. I'll help these guys build. All right. I think we're going to try and grab this forum as well. So it's 500 to get. And it is already able to get in. So I should be able to build some of these factions up quite well. I'm trying to see where we could put this. Too far out, so we might need to come this way. And it will hit those 3, so that's fine. But let's get it in there. So we'll go for a steam, and we'll keep, actually, creativity going. The reason I'm doing that is I want to keep the blueprints pumping as much as possible. What is it for the next architectural building upgrade? I wonder if that is worth going into. And the answer is yes. So we might get that 1,250, but that will increase our blueprints. And it's worth noting then that our thingies have unlocked further. So we've hit enough power with, who was it? Our commercial to be able to go into some of these. It looks like they've got enough, the Officiana Pecuniaria, which only gives health, but the attraction's pretty good. It's pretty cheap to make as well, so we would have to grab that. Merchant support faction must have at least 12 power, so we're fine. Let's go into the factions, have a quick look. So you've actually got to come in here a bit more, which is good. 33 on there, so we're not far off our first wonder, and that is the aim for today's. So I will say it, though, I do absolutely just love how peaceful this game actually is when you're just chilling on it. It has one that most games don't have. I don't feel too stressed whilst playing it, because you can just play at your own pace, which is really nice. Now, I'm going to continue to build ramparts around a couple of sections here, just for happiness purposes. How much is it costing? So, we're trying to save a little bit of stone, so I don't want to go too much. And part of me wants to be able to get another one in, but they're all good at the moment. We could potentially get more stone over the go over here, but it's going to cost engineers. I'm going to have to get this cutting camp moved as well to try and improve their happiness. And the same goes for that one. So let's work on a bit of proximity here. Problem is, you've got to be outside the dense forest. If we come as far this way as I can. Oh, we have another request from a faction as well. Promote the decree pickaxe strengthening. Go have a look. I think we'll win that one. So what does it do? Increase stone generation by 50% every cycle. That's actually good. Oh, wow. Didn't even know that was there. Okay. We'll take that for 50 turns. It'll cost 125 gold. We got good gold in anyway. And honestly, let's look at what our upgrades are, because I might be able to buy this in. Yeah. Right. Cut stones, beams, and tiles. Cut stone beams. And the point is it'll cost us a fortune, so we have to buy in a little bit at a time. And that pretty much fills us up, so it's going to cost us loads. We could beams, cut stone, tiles. I think we just let them tick up now. Let's see. Oh, decree accepted though, so stone should go in. It looks like we found another ruin as well. It's a really small, cheap one. I'm going to repair it. Should we repair it? It's an Agogi Center. It's educational. That works really well. So I can build that over here. So that paid off quite well. So we're going to grab... Well, we already get the creativity. So let's go for health. And let's just double check that our food needs are being met. I think it might finally be going down. And it might be time to improve this small farm here. So we just need a few inhabitants to do so. Pretty looking building, actually. So, yeah, that's educational, isn't it? It's really cheap to build as well. And when you go through the ages, if you haven't seen it, there's quite a few things you do need to consider. Definitely need to get this improvement done, though. Oh, we're close. We're close. There we go. We'll get that farm upgraded then, and that covers our food need. We should be fine by the time that goes down. I've hit it a few times where food messes up, so you've got to be really careful. And if you're wondering, the beams themselves, if you don't have them, if you don't have the storage, the only way around it is to buy them in. Let's have a look at the prices. I think prices are better over here. We've got no gold left. We've just spent it all, so I'm trying to think what else we could do here. I think we can make some. All right, we can sell that to them. So a little bit of wood, a little bit of stone. To be honest, let's change this. There we go. We'll sell a bit of that in. We'll get our coins again back up, and then we'll wait for the next. I'm not going to buy off those. And that kind of balancing our resources, as you can see, but they will use them as well. That's the problem. So they will go back down. I'm trying to save enough. How much do we need? 379. So we've got the beams, which again will go down eventually, but we need 50 cut stone. So as soon as this trade's done up this one here, I should be able to do it. We're 800 population, 700 population away anyway before we can do that. So there is no point me wasting my money trying to get that fixed. Hello. That looks to be the expansion of the territory. So once they're in, rather than get multiple factions now of the same, they just expand. So if we expand, we get better tax, trust, and power, which we need to do. So let's let them expand out. So their stronghold, destabilization. Yeah, that's cool. Right, 1.8k blueprints now, though, so probably time I did something with this. Let's have a look. We're covered in there. Surveyor's Cavern we don't need to mess with, which they are useful later on. We're almost at the Wonders as well, but we do want to get something else in, and I think trying to push these for another Wonder is probably sensible. Let's go for this one because it doesn't use any of the resources we'd need for the other. Ah, wow, it's huge. I can squeeze it in here, which should be fine. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go for safety and creativity. Are we looking over here? Factions growing? They are. Look at this. Lovely stuff. I actually love the changes they've made to how the factions work. It is so much better. Oh, here we go. Request. We're going to have the same every time. These guys are just going to want specifics. Quality control. Sales value of goods is increased by 20%. That's actually pretty damn good. So if we wanted to sell to these guys, it's a... Oh, no, we'll wait. I need to wait for it to actually come in. There it is. Everyone's happy with that. Now we go and trade. So we come into here. I should be able to unlock the trade route. So I'm going to sell off that, and I'll gain 922 coins. Don't think we need to buy anything in. No, we got the sand, haven't we? Let's do that then. And does that give us enough? It does. Let's get the next trade route unlocked. So we can only buy from these guys, but they have some pretty good stuff. And I think it's an okay price, actually. All right, another 1k blueprints as well. I think I want to save for the architectural one, though, because we can afford that one, can't we? 1,250. And there it is. The Agalma Workshop. Beautiful. We're unlocking a hell of a lot through power right now. Let's just take a quick look in here. 41. So we officially can build our first wonder. So we may need to change our plans here. What else have we unlocked? Seem to have unlocked loads. There it is. Sassy de Maria. 2225. Look at what it gives you, though. It's worth us pushing for that then, because it's pretty cheap as well. Right, the area around Sassy de Materia becomes buildable within a radius of 250 meters. Transforms up to 80 wondrous homes. We definitely need to save for that then. Well, that's our next goal. And in the meantime, I'll keep popping up with the, what's it called, trade and stuff. And let's go ahead and see if we can get one more surveyor cabin out this way. And the reason I want to come this way is so I can get in a mine or two through here. We should be able to grab a small quarry. Just got to wait for that to build. What I love is I think the game continues to play now. So before you used to have to, I know it has paused. You can't continue on. I'd like it to continue unless I say pause. That's fine. Okay, small quarry. We're going to be digging from the same thing, so we probably want to change the angle. We want to come over here. You know what? I'm not going to do it yet because we're pretty much maxed anyway. I do want to point out we are 738 cycles in. Elections have been held and new senators are sitting on the senators. They were chosen by the population from various districts. I think I'm going to pull one myself. So what have we got? We've actually got the followers of ISIS now, not the other guys in. So can we only have two? All right, I'm going to look at what we can do. Stone generation, health satisfaction, wood generation, migrants by one. I'm going to try and get this one in. and see what happens. It's 50% and 65%, so we should be able to pull that one off just fine. And that's going to help get this up. So we want to get to 2,000. We're almost at 1.4k. So we're getting between 2 and 5 every cycle, so we can get that to 3 and 6. There we go, accepted. Perfect. That'll help a little bit. And we do need to keep the belonging up in order to keep their trust going as well. And as we've now got these maxed out again, let's go ahead and rampart up. And let's make these guys a little bit happier again. Honestly, I might do one over here, actually. It has to be connected to your centers. It's going to take some doing to get all the way out here, but definitely want to make these guys happy. There we go. We'll build a fairly big one so we can just get all of their happiness much better. And then let's make sure we're selling any excess as well. I think down here, 2.4. We're going to get a fair bit of this anyway, so I'm not too concerned. We're going to go ahead and trade, get another 480 coins in. And 1.7k on the blueprint, so the Wonder is going to be coming in really, really soon. It looks like we have yet another one that they want to promote here. Health satisfaction. I mean, I have no problems with these, but we need... It just costs per cycle, so we've got to be really careful that we don't do too many. But if I do a short duration, at least the initial cost won't be a lot, and then we will make some over. Just to keep her happy, because we want their power to keep going. But wait for this to finish, then I'll check their power requirement. And it's accepted. We haven't failed one yet, which is good. If we just come in here, we can see that they are at 43 power. The merchant support, Tyre, are at 22 as well. So we're going to get close to their Wonder as well soon. We just need to decide where we're going to build this Wonder. I think it's going to have to go over here because it gives us a whole new build area. So I'm thinking around this area. And we can build towards this because that's extra stone. This is all going to be stone. Honestly, if I check maybe some of the resources here. Yeah, there's a little bit of gold there. A touch of gold there we can grab. Most of our gold, though, is going to be down this way. What about iron? Okay, good amount of iron that we can grab from here. Again, over here. Probably be leaving that node dependent. And then we'll grab this one as well. And then we can get sand from over there too. So that is going to be handy. Worth mentioning, though, we're almost at the end of our first cycle. So we really need to ramp this up. We've got the plebeians of Rome at the gates of our city. They left their native city following in the footsteps of Quintus. They were initially excluded from political office and denied civil rights. The men and women of this faction fought for equality and decided to move to another city to see their efforts rewarded. I mean, yeah, they're over there on their own anyway, so I've got no problem with that. What I do need to sort, though, is making sure we get these down, man. Right, there we go. We've got everything we need to build this as well. And honestly, I'm going to fill in the gap here. This is where it's going to go. Boom. 200 cycles. We're only... Oh, man, we're only going to finish this one with like 1 or 2 wonders in. Much harder to get the full score. And you know what I mean, because each age has its own amount of wonders. So I guess what we need to go ahead and do is if I open factions, because we've got the Heliolites wandering, we need to now start building out theirs. So merchants of the port, we could probably get theirs in if we're quick enough. So we'd need to come into here and we'd need to go cultural and commercial. 750, 1000. We could build more of the same, I guess. Now I'm just going to come back into our resources here and make sure we're all good. I'll turn them back on because we've actually used the resources. As soon as they fill back up again, I'll pause them. And yes, you can pause them directly through here. So if we go... Is there a way of doing all? And I see my food is dipping too. Can I add a couple more? I can. Let's apply a couple more farms to that one. See if that does enough. Actually, we may as well go all out on that one. Let's go to the 12. That'll produce enough food. And then we'll need to consider maybe another farm somewhere else. I'm going to start cutting into the resources over here, guys, with the cutting camp as well. And hopefully I can then remove one of these. I'll get it upgraded too. So we got enough blueprints nearly. I need 750, I think, for the next one. And there it is. And they also want me to promote something else. So we're going to go, like I say, down into here, Polterion. We're going to unlock that bad boy. And I'm hoping to go new. I guess it isn't new because we've already got one. We haven't got one, sorry, but because we did that. Right, so we have 2 different areas we can get this. I think I want to come over here just to boost the faction this way because we've got one strongholding over here, actually. Maybe we boost them this way. Yeah, let's do that. Let's squeeze it in there. There we go. And we'll get again, we're going to go with the decree. So we're going to grab esteem. And we're also going to see what they're asking us to do here. Sales of values of goods increased. Yep, we'll submit that one. And we'll go in and do some trade. I think I've got loads of wood and stuff again. So we'll come into here. 2.4 on the wood. I think they're our best seller. And there we go. That'll make us 922 points. Beautiful. And decree accepted. We'll keep those guys happy. That'll keep building. But we actually don't need to worry about theirs too much now. We just need to focus on these guys. 25 for the merchants now, though. Polterion is in, so that should increase it. I'm wondering if we go ahead now and get some decorative stuff in. Just to try and get this going a little bit more. I think so. One in there. It does help. And with spare resources, let's also go for more ramparts. And if we're trying to boost these guys, let's get this over here. Oh, I need to hurry up, man. I want to try and get 2 wonders. If you're wondering how, like the free play, you can build them all. But when you're on limited time, we go into the new age at the end of these cycles anyway. You basically want to try and have as many wonders as you can because they carry over. Now, some of these buildings won't carry over. That's the problem. And they cost an absolute fortune to rebuild. Now, some good news in it, though, is that we have actually the ability. There's no point in the Emporium because we're on the water, but we have enough for this one. So let's go ahead and get that one in. So the Officiana Pecuniaria, pretty cheap as well. And I think with this one, we will put it over here. Although, no, hold on. We want to solidify. We don't want it matching on those two, though. They're all good. Okay, this is the better place for it. Nice and small as well. All right, quick check in with the factions. Okay, merchants are almost there. What happens if we get up with these then? So 80 power is a demolition ban. That's when they get too powerful. Prevents manual age changes. And the faction regularly expands on its own without needing your approval. Oh, they start to take over. So we do need to be careful of that then. So we could reduce them down. We can chill out on those. Merchants, we definitely want to try and get onto this Trejam Forum, though. It's a pretty good one. It's a catch-22 because you need to decide on whether you want to update your like architectural buildings to get more resources in, that type of thing. And then from that, you need to decide what the next step is. I'm going to go ahead and improve this logging camp, though. And I am actually going to go ahead and demolish this one out. I don't have the workers. I will have if I go ahead and pause one of these. So reserves are full. And they're all clear on those. So we'll pause those up. That should give me enough to demolish out this logger camp here. So recycling is the cover. The speed is the other one. We do want to get rid of it as quick as possible. 15 turns will do. There's a decree thereafter at the moment, but I don't want them to expand too much. I guess we could just let them go crazy and we can have like a productivity place only. What's this one giving us then? Purchase value of goods. Corruption is a reliable way to increase the chance of getting a decree. I don't need to. Let's submit it. Just keeping them happy for now. And let's go ahead and sell off some of the junk again. There we go. Oh, getting some big coins now. I love doing trade on here. They're all happy with it anyway. I should have waited till that. Here we are. I didn't need the resources anyway because we're capped out, so... we have 500 blueprints, so we could potentially get in something else. I'm going to leave it, though, and I'm going to come into the architectural office upgrade when next. 1,250. Building is running out of resources. I'm actually happy with that. Let's go ahead and demolish that out because you're not needed anymore. And we can go with a cutting camp further out. Honestly, I feel like over here makes perfect sense if we just slam it in. Right out of the way. I won't even need to expand that one. We'll just stick it in there. Right, food's still looking good. I will need to factor in where our next thing is. If you look, if I just hover over, the consumption goes up every single... We are running through cycles pretty quickly, but it goes up all the time. So our production is 253 from those 2 farms, but we're consuming 246, 247 as the citizens keep growing. We're almost at 2k though, so we want to be working on what we're at. 1828. We want to be looking at the rest of the resources for this. And again, it's just these two. We can buy those in. We're almost at the amount anyway. So, and they're paused because we can't actually get any more in. Now, we're only 40 cycles away from this bad boy as well. All right, we're capped once again. Let's go for the ramparts. I actually love the changes to this. It is much better because before you had no control over it. And it doesn't cost the builders. And I don't mind spending the stone for these every time. Cycles come and go. As soon as your city will have to embark on a period of transition to a new age. Many things will change. I'll show you all that anyway. But we're 300 away. We have enough to get another wonder in if I'm quick about it. 38. They're so close. Question is, we need to save the blueprints in case we get another wonder then. I really wanted to get the upgraded blueprint maker. Right, we're going to spend some of our coins getting in the resources that it is requesting. They're very cheap down here. We'll trade a chunk of our coins, but it is enough. We're about to hit 1.9k, so we've almost got what we need. 1.8k on the blueprints as well, so we're going to be so close on the wonders. I really don't want to put any more of these in. I need to save, man. Oh, hello. Hello. Expanding the territory. Yes, you can expand. They're actually expanding into the right place too, which is good. Change of age. We are obviously going to wait. We are not going to do that yet, but we do have to just leave it there. Good news is the wonder sparks some massive carnivals and stuff, so everyone will be pretty happy. So we're going to play until we hit the 1250 before we move on, but there it is, the absolute wonder of all those little houses stacked together. And they're already building the districts around it, man. Oh, jeez. They're taking over. All right, here's the charger forum, though. Is there enough turns? Let me pause it a second. We're just in. And we've got enough for it. Yes, okay. The forum, though. We honestly are going to have to build away from something here. I don't mind having it over here. It's huge, though. Does that give us enough city space to build with, or do we go over here? I feel like keeping connected is the best way, so let's try... I'm going to turn it a little bit. That's going to cut into some of our logging camp area, but I'm going to go here. Boom. 200 turns. We're actually going to go through the age with 2 wonders, so that's not too bad. So we'll see what our score will be. How close were we on the other ones? Followers of ISIS. They're not too bad. I guess you can reduce tax and stuff and make them grow quicker. I don't know. Doesn't actually say. It just increases their trust. Now, if I hover over trust, that's just for decrees, so it doesn't matter. Cool. There we go, though. Now, that is going to be where I end it out, guys. As always, hit the thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you aren't already. Look at this beauty so you can see it. Trajan Forum going in. And it's looking fantastic. I think we're doing well. Let me know your thoughts on the game as well. I know some people have mentioned, is there only one map and stuff? It is very early access anyway, but I do, honestly, it's, if you like to just chill out and it's something you can pick up for half an hour at a time. That's what I like about it. So it's that type of game. As always, though, guys, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.